When we say biopsychosocial, what that means is that the reason anxiety occurs is actually this combination of biological, psychological, and social factors. Biologically, that means like things like our genetics, right? Like if mom or dad was anxious, there's a much higher likelihood that you're going to be anxious because this stuff gets passed on in the DNA. From the psychological perspective, that means how do you talk to yourself and cope with stressors? And what's your dialogue with yourself? That's the kind of psychological. What's your resilience like component? I think the social component is actually one of the most fascinating. And when we say social, that's a mix of, I would say, two big things. One is historical, meaning what was your childhood like? If we think about, for example, now all the kids who grew up throughout COVID, this will be a part of their life for their entire life. And how will that manifest as things continue? And so did you grow up in a household that was very supportive, encouraging? Did you grow up in the midst of war or have immense trauma? Were you bullied as a child? All of those very much significantly lead to what anxiety can look like, not only as a child, but also as an adult. And then secondly, we have environment. And so I think the biggest way to think about the environment is let's think about the last 2 years and how everyone's life has changed and where the environment that we're living in, because of all these literally changes to what our home looks like, what work looks like, what our relationships look like, all of that increases in this case, it increases anxiety.